Всем привет и добро пожаловать к Пабло в гости. Сегодня мы проходим игру The Console. Мало что известно об этой игре. Единственное, что известно, что ребята собираются революцию провести, что выбор действительно будет на что-то влиять. То есть игра похожа на игры от Telltale и подобные жанры. Life is Strange. То есть кино с выбором, но псевдовыбором. Но здесь ребята обещают нам революцию. Игра у нас про 18 век, какие-то тайные общества. Будем спать в роли маменького сынка. В общем, сейчас все увидим. Франция. Франция, Париж. 10 декабря. 1792 года.
Stop! You're not getting anywhere with this, von Borchert.
You know, I kind of get the same feeling, my dear Sarah. Listen.
Ну, это моя мамаша.
Nothing.
Ну, что ситуация какая-то патовая.
No one's coming to save you.
Huh, that's what you think. The Golden Order knows exactly where we are.
By the time your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone. As for you, nothing will remain of your body.
If you touch a single hair on my mother's head, I'll skin you alive.
You know, Louis, I have no intention of beating your dear mother. There are more persuasive ways of making you talk.
Интересно.
You've stolen something from me that I intend to get back.
Тайное общество, про которое все знают, ее название и что оно
Where
тайное.
have you hidden it?
Von Borchert, you can't sell that book on the black market anymore. This is finished.
We know you're planning on selling it at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. All right? Just tell us who the buyer is and we can make a deal.
You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourselves into. Oh, but you will tell me where it's hidden. I can promise you that.
Stop annoying our host, Louis. Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Меня мать даже
Just a
перед
few more
смертью
minutes and my
отчитывает.
concoction will be ready. With this, your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours. You'll see.
Тебе книга нужна или ты хочешь просто нас убить?
You know, I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever taught me is that damn motto of yours. Always remain rational. And open. I got it. I've opened the shackles.
Draw him over here. I'll take care of him.
В смысле?
Von Borchert.
Как ты с ним разберешься?
Von Borchert. Listen. Let's make a deal. I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero. Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last time. Where is Al-Azif?
Let me do this.
Алазиев, книжка. Действовать самому, довериться матери. Так что мать-то может сделать, я не понимаю. Конечно, самому. Все сам. Опа. Ой-ой.
For God's sake, Louis, I told you to let me do it. Let me see.
You know, I was in control of the situation, Mother.
Oh, tell that to your nose. It's because of this kind of reaction that I prefer to work alone.
You ought to learn to trust me, Mother. You know, can't you be happy for once? We finally cracked the Von Borchert case.
He was just a middleman. He would have been more useful alive. How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me. You're much more important
Такие
than you
крупные
can ever
планы прям
imagine.
наезжают на лицо.
Right, let's
Ребят
go
не
now.
стесняются показывать графон. Нормально, нос-то рассекли парня. Но это он еще легко оделся. Спустя месяц, 21 января 93 года. Остров лорда Мортимера, недалеко от берегов Англии. Фокус на самом деле очень много игр выпускает, хороших издает именно. Но про разработчиков Big Bad Wolf я вообще ничего не знаю. По-моему, это их первая игра. Посмотрим на их революцию. Что они там смогут.
Well done, Mother. You just had to pick up Von Burchard's trail on your own, didn't you? You ditched me in Paris with no explanation, and off you go to infiltrate one of the world-renowned receptions of this Lord Mortimer? And now he writes me to say that you've gone missing on his private island? Which, by the way, looks more like a big rock than a paradise island.
Эпизод первый. The Mad Ons.
The least he could do is explain to me how he managed to lose you. In any case,
слушайте, рано теперь
it
до
is
конца
time
игры,
for
я
you
так
to stop
понимаю.
all this, Mother. It no longer suits your age. Well, I'm sure I'll find you once again, slogging through the caves beneath the island, searching for some long-lost mystical object that you just can't live without. I'm already hating this trip, and all I've done is think about it.
Contrary to what one may
Слишком
imagine,
щупленный,
it was not
щуплый
the host
для
himself who
ран
invited
таких.
me.
Well now, Duchess, we find ourselves both invited by Sir Holm.
Well, how very amusing. Perhaps we have some common interests, Your Eminence. Is this your first time at one of Lord Mortimer's legendary parties?
Oh no, we have been friends since long ago. But as I'm doing some business with Sir Holm, the invitation came from him.
Well, I simply can't wait for all the festivities to begin.
And you, good sir, what brings you here?
Меня... Что меня? Меня личные обстоятельства привели.
Your Eminence, with all due respect, I prefer to keep my reasons for coming here to myself. I promise, it has nothing to do with the legendary party that you all appear to be preparing for.
Believe what you will, my son. However, everything is related to the legendary parties organized by our host.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that, Cardinal.
Anyway, consider yourself fortunate, young man, because there are many who dream of simply one day setting foot on this island. And only a very few ever make
Сейчас
it.
без колонками играть.
Indeed, I imagine this must be your first time here.
Давайте не будем оправдываться, давайте...
And you, Duchess?
Герцогиню
You seem to be
стопили.
quite accustomed to things here. Am I right?
I do not think that one can ever get accustomed to what Lord Mortimer prepares for his guests. But you are right. This is not the first time I've been on this wharf.
If you've come back again, I imagine you must find it to be of some interest.
Here, everything is possible if you make the right choices. It really is up to you whether you leave better off or not.
Please excuse me if you find me overly curious, young man. I did not mean to cause you any embarrassment.
Ну, конечно.
Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
We're moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming, Duchess. A cardinal? A duchess? I wonder if all the guests here are this prestigious. If I'd known, I would have gone for a better suit.
Are you all right?
Это что еще такое?
Mother? Oh shit, your hand.
So?
Что происходит?
Okay, it's done.
Did you put it in a safe place?
Yes. I made sure no one was following me. Don't worry, Sarah. No one's going to find it.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Right. Just one thing left to do.
No, Mother, don't!
What? Have you lost your mind?
There's no other way.
If you kill me, you won't find it.
That is the point, my dear. No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No. But I trusted you.
No, Sarah. Don't. No. No! You can run if you want to, Sarah, but you will pay for that.
Это что сейчас такое было?
You.
Louis, are you alright?
Это еще
What's going on?
сверхспособности, что ли, есть у меня?
Here, take this.
I'm sorry.
Keep it. Are you better?
I'm fine. Don't worry. It's getting late. Why don't you just go on ahead and I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
I definitely have to find Mother quickly. Am I going crazy or what? This can't be real. The Duchess arrived with me. What's happening to me, for God's sake?
Так, а можно как-то...
Absolutely need to find you, Mother.
Чувствительность быстрее поставить. О, боже мой. Так, ну ладно. А мне надо копаться вот письма. Как-нибудь я могу с ними взаимодействовать. Давно я не слышал такой тишины в играх. Ну, как бы у причала водичка. Я не знаю. Птички, там, ветер. Очень интересно.
Louis, during the trip, I had something I wanted to ask you, but we didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before. At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
Что? Дипломат, душа любой компании, очень красноречив, тактичен, убедителен в разговорах с собеседниками. Отлично разбирается в политике. Оккультист, мастер обмана. Он посвятил свою жизнь науке и искусству. Готов идти по головам, не испытывает угрызений совести. Детектив, эксперт в расследованиях. Он замечает малейшие детали в окружении. В окружающей обстановке и поведении собеседников на пути к цели действует решительно и прямолинейно. Класс персонажей дают определенные навыки. Вы можете открыть другие навыки. Их развитие обойдется дороже. Ничего себе. Навыки: допрос, бдительность, психология, ловкость, логика, манипуляция, оккультизм, эрудиция, наука, хитрость, политика. Ну, я бы, конечно, детектива выбрал. Но в какой игре мы еще оккультистом сможем поиграть? Ну, никакой, конечно. Конечно, оккультист. Так, что это? Наука. Будьте... Что? Будьте... 3 ветки, хорошо. Он даст 16 очков действия, 3 очка навыков. Убеждение. Вы получаете 1 очко навыка благодаря прошлым поступкам. Манипулирование. Вы получаете 1 очко навыка благодаря прошлым поступкам. Что происходит? Уровень 0. Я так понимаю... Ну-ка. Блин, я потратил. Убрать очки. Почему я это... Все, я понял. То есть слева-справа это остальные навыки, а у меня вот это. Все. И первые типа стоят по 1 очку. Ну ладно, давайте качаться как качаемся. То есть здесь 3 очка до 1-го уровня. Здесь уже 1-й. Все, я понял. Здесь 0-й. Так, ну сколько у меня? 3 очка. Четыре очка до 2-го уровня. Очень интересно. Наука. Я могу все что угодно выбрать. Познание в области искусства, географии, история, наука, медицина, оккультизм, манипулирование. Можно манипулирование сделать, потому что сразу 2-й уровень получится. И успокоиться на этом. Все.
I have been involved in all sorts of unsolved cases. Have you ever heard of the Abbey of Hexham?
Vaguely.
An ingenious scam involving mass manipulation on a scale never seen before.
There was a cavern under the abbey, wasn't there?
Exactly. The wind would blow in through spouts, creating a terrifying howling sound. So, to stop the howling, the priests called for offerings from the peasants.
And if they brought enough money, I'm guessing the priest stopped the howling. A perfect trick to fool simple souls.
Admit it, Duchess. That story kept you in suspense, didn't it?
Yes, it did. I'm delighted to find out that you were the young and brilliant French investigator.
For someone who only remembers the case vaguely, your memories are very clear.
Well, they say I have the memory of 2 people. But please, call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis. We've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
Да, 5 минут играю. Помню, конечно, я тебя помню. Слушай, нет.
Please excuse me, madam. I'm sure we've met before, but I don't remember where.
I appreciate your honesty, even if it's not very flattering for me.
I imagine that with your beauty, madam, it's the first time a man hasn't remembered your face.
Well, I must say, you make up for yourself rather elegantly.
Please stop torturing me. I'm completely at your mercy. Where have we met?
4 years ago, in London?
No, sorry. I don't remember.
In the office of William Pitt. Remember? No?
I am so sorry, Emily, but I really don't remember you.
Let's drop it, Louis. It doesn't matter.
Для детектива
Right,
у него
time to go
слишком
to the
короткая
manor.
память. Возможности. Применяйте навыки, чтобы обнаружить скрытые детали. Выбирайте наиболее подходящие к ситуации элементы окружения. Использование возможностей не требует очков действия. Для применения необходимо... Что? Я не понимаю, о чем речь. Какие возможности, о чем речь. Чё?
I ask her a question, she answers with another. Is she playing with me?
Что? Что-то губы. Каждый человек, с которым вы знакомитесь на острове, обладает своим характером. К одним навыкам он может проявить устойчивость, к другим слабость. Пользуйтесь его сильными и слабыми сторонами. Столкнувшись с устойчивостью, вы потерпите неудачу и почувствуете изнемождение, а воспользовавшись слабостью, вернете одно потраченное очко действия. Чтобы узнать, к чему ваши собеседники проявляют устойчивость, слабость откройте в меню вкладку «Журнал». Обнаружена устойчивость, обнаружена слабость. Чтобы открыть меню, нажмите Space.
Emily, please excuse my insisting, but you still...
Так, чё? Так. Устойчивость, логика. Эта женщина перед логикой устойчива, как каменная стена. Английская герцогиня, приближенная королева Англии. О происхождении Эмили мало что известно. На политической арене она оказалась после свадьбы с пожилым английским аристократом, вероятно, вступив в брак по расчету. Герцогиня действует осторожно, но выступает за свободу личности, придерживается современных взглядов и используется большим уважением знати. Эмили быстро стала любимой посланницей королевы, а затем личным секретарем премьер-министра Уильяма Питта. Это назначение породило массу слухов и вызвало всеобщую зависть. Эмили, уже бывшая на острове, с радостью приняла приглашение сэра Грегори Холма на знаменитый совет, который в очередной раз сыграл лорд Уильям Мортимер. Так, ну хорошо, устойчивость я обнаружил. А что дальше?
Haven't answered about my mother. Do you know her?
You'll see, Louis. Everybody here knows Sarah de Richet.
I don't know where we're going like this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one way or another. And if I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Звания. При выполнении определенных действий вы будете получать новые звания. Узнать, как разблокировать звания и какие преимущества они дают, можно в соответствующей вкладке. Чтобы ознакомиться со своими званиями, откройте в меню соответствующую вкладку. Что? Какие звания? О чем речь? Где звания? Опытный оккультист. Боже, тут еще есть таланты. Ой, ой-ой-ой. Все серьезно. Так, ладно. Когда музыка появится. Вообще странно, что в этой игре нет музыки. Такое меню. Поднимитесь в особняк. То есть направо идти не надо.
Good evening, sir. May I ask your name, please?
Louis Moras de Richet.
Monsieur de Richet, delighted to welcome you among us, sir. You must be Sarah de Richet's son. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
Где лорд?
I have an appointment with Lord Mortimer. Would you be so kind as to lead me to him?
Unfortunately, sir, I cannot. I don't know exactly where my master is. But rest assured, sir, everyone is waiting for you at the manor. Sir Holm insists on welcoming you in person. Since your mother went missing, everyone has been concerned about finding her.
Who is Sir Holm?
A close friend of Lord Mortimer's. Please, rest assured, sir, it won't take us long to find your revered mother. Indeed, we are searching the quays again because lights were seen at the wharf just last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
Навыки позволяют давать особые ответы и совершать разные поступки. Чтобы применить навык, необходимы очки действий. Чем выше уровень вашего навыка, тем ниже стоимость его применения. Чтобы ознакомиться с доступными навыками, но у меня навык... много навыков.
Did anyone see anything else?
Unfortunately not, sir. Only lights were seen by servants of the manor, sir. And as I was saying, sir, all the guests were asleep, and no one seems to have noticed anything at all. We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with the initials SDR. We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother, Sarah de Richet. I have orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my mother. She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing.
I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here.
Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock, sir. The one you arrived by.
Так. Опа. Опа. Так, у меня есть какие-то очки. Отдайте платок. Ну, вообще очень странно, что мне дают какой-то выбор, учитывая, что у меня ничего не прокачано. И... До свидания.
Pass me the handkerchief.
But sir, my orders were to give it to my master.
Are you refusing to give me my own mother's personal belongings? Even though she was greatly looking forward to meeting your master, she's gone missing. And you seem incapable of finding her.
Oh, but sir, please.
And to top it all off, you refuse to give me the handkerchief that she so often let me use? Do I deserve such little consideration in your eyes? Is that what you wish me to report to your master?
No, certainly not, sir. Please forgive me, sir. I have been such an idiot. Here you are.
It is indeed your handkerchief, Mother. You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is. Let's think. What could she have been doing out here on this wharf?
Чтобы бежать, удерживается правой кнопкой мыши. А, вот, наконец-то я что-то могу осматривать. И музыка появилась. Ну, даже немножко громко. Я опять сломал музыку. О, боже мой, игра, что с тобой?
I think this chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough.
Горшочек меда. Мед восстанавливает 2 очка действия. Можно хранить не более 5 горшочков. Что?
Must be an incredible view from up there. Impossible to set foot on the island without being seen from 300 meters away.
Ну да, ночью.
Looks like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean, and the tip is blackened. Without analysis to the contrary, I put my money on cannon powder.
Так давайте возьмем, почему нет?
This might just come in handy.
Ну, короче, я так понял, это типа квестов от третьего лица. Наберите всяких предметов, а потом думай, что я могу сделать с этой штукой.
Looks like the barrel's been broken for quite some time.
Понятно. Так.
A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any.
Чё меду нашел? Сладкий мальчик.
Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time.
О.
Let's see what's hidden inside.
Логика. Ну, такое.
Let's look.
О, боже мой. Я могу все посмотреть. Ну, не знаю, давайте начнем с мистера Р. Гилберта.
The address is 50 Bedford Square, London.
И все. Ну, хорошо. Карл Кори. Что скажет?
Too badly written, I can't make out the address.
Адреса, это, конечно, все хорошо, но зачем я
A letter written in an Oriental language.
Нет, челик.
I haven't the slightest idea what it says.
Ты не знаешь, что языка.
The address is in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That reminds me, it's about time the order sent some envoys there. Samuel Ritter Dauchois. Mother, you test me even when you're not here.
Так, у меня какие-то
It's
квадратики.
an anagram of Louis Moras de Riche. You wanted to write to me then. Let's see what's inside this letter. So.
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he's going to join us here soon. I would like to mark the occasion. Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Riche.
What is your game here, Mother? What are these strange turns of phrase? I've never heard you speak like that. What's going on here? That you write to me under a pen name, okay. But here you go even further by trying to avoid raising any suspicions should anyone else read it. I wonder if this Godoy is the person you came looking for. Think. Godoy. Manuel Godoy. Why does the name sound so familiar?
Вспомнить я тоже, конечно же, ничего не могу. Что-то с политикой связано, хорошо.
I'm guessing he's a man of some importance. Spanish, I'd say. But just can't put a face to him. Well, hope we need to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell me.
Хорошо. Так. Ну, давайте поищем еще что-нибудь здесь. Здесь уже, походу, ничего нет, а вот там направо можно сходить и посмотреть. Что да почему.
A wooden floorboard.
А в ней что интересного?
Probably comes from this part of the wharf. The wood is slightly eaten away, of course, but it still would have been fine if it weren't smashed.
Ну хорошо, я понял. В этой игре навыки очень много, значит.
Hey, there's something not right about this floorboard. It's different from the rest. That does it. Let's see what's hidden inside. There's a book and also a bag.
Он приехал 5 минут назад на остров, уже взламывает пирсы и находит какие-то вещи.
I know that book well. Mother used to read passages from it to me all the time. And judging from what I can see, it's the same one as hers. For crying out loud, what's happened to you, Mother?
Манускрипты. По мере прохождения вы будете черпать знания из литературных трудов. Перед началом каждого задания вы сможете выбрать манускрипт и получить очки для навыков. Чтобы ознакомиться с доступными манускриптами, откройте меню, вкладку «Инвентарь».
Let's look inside the bag. A little food, a few toiletries, a small key, and some kind of black powder.
Ну, ключ.
An iron key completely rusted.
Ну, бери.
You never know. It might be useful. I hope Mother wasn't counting on it. Some fruit, a piece of bacon, and some bread. The fruit's still firm. The bread's a bit stale. From the smell, this food's been here roughly 2 days. And if it's rationed, there's enough left to last 2 more days. The bottom of the bag is covered in black powder. Shit, those are definitely my mother's things. I recognize her hairpins. And this bag smells of her perfume. A piece of soap, some oils, and her powder puff. But what does all this mean? Right. Just in case, I'll take it all. I'll give it back to Mother when I see her.
Ты уверен? Надо было оставить, на самом деле.
Crying out loud. Why did you hide supplies in the middle of nowhere, Mother? I don't know what's going on here, but You obviously feel like you're in danger.
Последнее пропитание, сынок. Положи обратно, где взял. Неловко вышло.
Locked. I'll never get it open barehanded.
Опа. Опа. Ну тут без разницы. Потратить очки или открыть ключом. Ну все очевидно.
There we are.
Что, украдем еще у матери какой-нибудь запас на пропитание? Нет.
This looks like a pistol case, but it's empty. I don't know if this has anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed. Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything useful.
Так, еще что-то было, да, бочка.
This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels. What have we here? It's cannon powder.
То есть все-таки что-то да я знаю.
The powder's wet. Not surprising, given the dampness of the dog. It's unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but it's a waste. So, let's go through this. My mother's been hiding pieces of bread between the rotten boards of a wharf in the middle of the night. That's not normal. And if that weren't enough, looks now like she's armed. Meanwhile, she also takes the time to send out letters, reassuring whoever might be interested that she's having a fabulous time here. So odd. So very odd. And that's not even all I've noticed. But maybe I ought to move on to the manor now. They'll be waiting for me. At least...
Скула кинтаря. Вы нашли скулу кинтаря. За каждые 4 осколка вы...
Amber crystals.
Похоже, я все нашел, все, что можно было найти на этом причале. Можно уже и честь знать.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Ну как? Куча бабла. Как еще по-другому? В 18 веке построить особняк на отдельном острове.
Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Ricci, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance.
Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Противостояние, 3 ошибки доступно. В ходе разговоров вам необходимо преодолеть несколько этапов и завоевать доверие собеседника. Исход противостояния оказывает непосредственное влияние на развитие сюжета, поэтому не забывайте пользоваться навыками. Во время противостояния на экране будет отображаться символы, которые подскажут, насколько вы были убедительны.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Так. Да, она здесь уже давно, не важно, просто дайте мне письмо. Ну, тут, по-моему, очевидно.
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow, then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
Only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is commendable. But as we work together on a daily basis, it is surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
Что я вот иду? Так, ну нам сказали не стесняться пользоваться навыками. Я не имею права вам об этом говорить, это профессиональная тайна. Мы состоим в золотом ордене. Ого. Прям вот так в наглую. Ну давайте навык потратим, посмотрим, что из этого выйдет.
Be it mother or myself, our motto has always been discretion in all things. And to promise to never betray a word of honor. Was your secret safe with mother? It will be even more so with me.
You have convinced me. The mystery with which your mother manages her business proves that she carries your motto close to her heart. Your words seem sincere, my son.
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me, and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate.
Да не ломайся.
Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Конечно. А я еще могу потратить? У меня же вроде очков не осталось. Так, да, я передам ему Ой, тут на время. Ладно, давайте ответим. Просто вот так.
Look, you seem hesitant. The simplest thing to do is just to give it to her when you see her. After all, it's not that urgent.
Yes. I mean, yes, it's urgent. I mean, what if we don't find each other here on the island?
Though I don't know yet when I'll be leaving. I might not be staying for very long. What to do? Can you see a solution?
Come on. Just give me the letter for crying out loud.
I cannot run the risk alone. I am going to trust you.
Конечно, дружище, правильный ход.
Bingo.
Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother...
Конечно, конечно. Последний этап противостояния. На последнем этапе вы должны убедить своего собеседника, выбрав нужную реплику. Если вы дадите неправильный ответ, этап будет повторяться до тех пор, пока вы не делаете верный выбор или не совершите максимально допустимое количество ошибок. Если противостояние окажется неудачным, последний этап повторится. Я не верю в Бога. Ну, мне кажется, мы можем просто сказать «да, конечно», если он повторяется, и все будет хорошо.
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there. I am going to tell you a secret, Monsieur de Ricci.
Еще и секрет,
Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the cursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure.
Зачем я так боролся за письмо, если ты мне сказал, что внутри?
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
Скрытые элементы. Многие улики предметов в игре спрятаны. Они могут повлиять на развитие сюжета. Поэтому внимательно осматривайтесь по сторонам. Ну, это я уже понял. Я, конечно, могу прям сразу и осмотреться.
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
Блин, ну... Вот так делаем, потому что это невозможно. И я сломал опять звук. Это, конечно, игра очень интересная.
Saturn devouring his son. Good God, how awful. Everything in this painting is disturbing. It's the first time I've seen brushstrokes like this.
Блин, даже с соткой. Мне приходится весь ковер использовать. Что для квестов, по-моему, это перебор.
Blind Oedipus. Blinded himself. What a tragic destiny.
Банка якорцев. Настойка якорцев повышает эмпатию. Некоторое время вы будете видеть, к чему ваш собеседник испытывает устойчивость цели или слабость. Можно хранить не более 5 банок. Зная себя, я прохожу с 5 банками до конца игры и ничего не использую.
Fall of the Damned by Rubens.
Слишком жадный.
The man who cannot achieve the salvation of God the Father is offered to fall into the depths of the abyss.
Монетка. Ну давайте к камину пойдем.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men.
Пробежится глазами.
Open to Brutus's page. Caesar, stabbed by multiple blows at once, sees Brutus raise the dagger on him. Then, covering his head with his robe, he delivers himself to the arms of the conspirators. Nice family. Let's keep it. Might come in handy someday.
Мужик, у тебя и так в карманах сумка матери.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Maurras de Richet. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet. And you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Richet's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits.
Давай я скажу,
secrets or even money matters, but you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Ну, какой... Пропала мать.
Lord Mortimer asked me to come as quickly as possible to find my mother, who seems to have disappeared during her stay here.
Ah.
I took the first boat, and here I am.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be, sir. It's not your fault.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Что?
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man from my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start. Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat. Very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer. So don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I have already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this Holm. I saw him in my vision.
Да, я думаю, мы пойдем с Холмом к Вашингтону, если его не убьют. А его не должны убить.
My vision is
мы
more
еще поговорим.
Let's follow Holm.
I'll follow you, sir. Mr. Washington, I hope to speak with you at greater length on another occasion. Emily, please excuse me, but I would like to speak to Sir Holm. I shall see you later.
Блин, ну не знаю, я думал только...
My friend, I hope our dear Giovanni is well.
The troubles in France have fatigued him, but he will recover slowly. Do not fear. He apologizes for remaining in Rome. The voyage was too much for him.
And right he was, too. The mildness of the Mediterranean, eh? Come, sit down and have something to eat, my friend. You look rather pale. Excuse me, sir. I have been neglecting my duty. I haven't introduced myself. Sir Gregory Holm, an old friend of Lord Mortimer's.
A real pleasure, sir.
You who must be well used to the court of France. How do you find this peaceful little haven?
Charming, if I hadn't come here for disturbing reasons.
Yes, I heard the news. What a story.
Indeed. I wanted to ask you.
Ну, давайте спросим у этого старичка про историю. Я вообще не ждал, что в этой игре так много.
Would you have any information about the disappearance of my mother?
Very little, I'm afraid, my young friend. Your mother came at the invitation of Lord Mortimer. Then one fine day, we couldn't find her anywhere.
That's it?
As I said, I don't know very much. Lord Mortimer had the entire area searched immediately. We found no clue as to her disappearance. But I am convinced that as soon as Lord Mortimer becomes available, he will explain the situation.
Thank you for your answers, Sir Holm. But I beg your pardon. I get the impression I know you. Have we met?
Except in my dreams, of course.
Not that I remember, young man. Perhaps you were mistaking me for another member of the Chamber of Lords. What with the wig and the powder, it wouldn't be the first time.
No, you were definitely the one I saw threatening my mother.
I thought... Never mind. It'll come back to me. Would you allow me one last question, sir? I don't want to take up all your time.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Пропадал ли здесь кто-нибудь еще? Кто мог бы затаить злобу на мою мать? Зачем моя мать сюда приехала? Какие отношения Хиллсбороу имеет к моей матери? Ну, давайте не с этого.
Sir, do you know Emily Hillsborough?
Oh, Madame la Duchesse. Of course. It was I who invited her to the island. In addition to mutual business we wanted to talk about, I absolutely wanted to introduce her to Lord Mortimer.
Do you know of any link between her and my mother?
Not really, no. They may well have met at the court of King George, but I can't be sure about that.
No dispute between them, then?
Not to my knowledge, no.
And even if Duchess Hillsborough is a complex woman to understand, I honestly can't imagine her in a conflict with the famous Sara de Ricci.
No!
Oh.
Elizabeth! I should have insisted that you rest in your room.
Do you want me to call someone?
Что происходит?
Let me handle this. I'm used to this kind of thing. Miss, can you hear me?
Leave me.
Так. Leave me. Нет, дружище, мы сейчас с тобой заметить странную деталь, но это шрам. Прости, беглый осмотр. Попросить растопитесь. Осмотреть юную леди. Блин, ну... Что лучше-то?
It's just a dizzy spell. Don't worry. You'll be all right. Her heart rate is already becoming more stable.
Wow. Poor girl's had her hands tattooed. I've seen these pinnacles before in old occult books from the end of the 12th century. I don't know what that young woman's trying to protect herself from, but she definitely takes it seriously.
I'm so sorry.
Can you tell me something about her?
Что вы здесь делаете? Кто это?
Who is this young lady?
Elizabeth Adams. She's come to the island for a course of treatment, to rest.
For a course of treatment?
That's right. Seer can do wonders. Are you all right, Elizabeth? Do you feel any better?
When did she arrive?
4 days ago.
Okay. My mother had already gone missing.
Are you all right, Elizabeth? You gave us quite a fright.
Take it easy, miss.
Let me... I just need to get back to my room.
Of course, my dear. Go ahead. You saw it, didn't you?
Pardon me?
Il segni della bestia.
Sorry, Your Eminence. I don't speak Italian.
Forget it.
Постоянно ничего не знаю. Не помню, не знаю. Вот такой у меня
it's
герой.
getting late. It is time for everyone to go to bed. It has been a long day.
Интересная особа. Я уже все очки навыков потратил. Мне надо меду выпить. Или что там дает. Хотя бы на 3 плашки, чтобы было.
It's all the more delicate.
I'll see what I can do, but the case I'm on at the moment might well leave me with very few opportunities. Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Что опять? Опять
Lord
что-то я не
Mortimer is
заметил.
fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal.
Хмурится.
But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
The statue is impressive, and so are the paintings. Rubens, the Caravage, Guignero. Lord Mortimer has very good taste, and the means to express it.
No, I see our young sir is a connoisseur.
Yes, in my spare time. Yet, I couldn't tell you who the artist of that painting there is. I think I recognize a theme, but the style intrigues me.
Saturn devouring his son. Oh, well, you wouldn't know. The artist is none other than Lord Mortimer. I thought for a long time that the painting wasn't finished, but my old friend assured me it was. Still, there's no accounting for taste.
Not very conventional, but it sure does hold your attention.
You'll find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet.
Sir Holm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence. On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Недоступно, 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 недоступно. Вот весь разговор у меня. Ну, я думаю, с горем пополам игру-то мы пройдем.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Oh, man. It's been quite a day. Right. Where is my room?
А где моя комната? Так, назад. Не могу. Не могу. Ну, пойдемте обследовать. Не могу.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Хорошо.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Хорошо.
Huh, that's me.
Да. Но я думаю, прежде чем в свою комнату тебе надо осмотреться.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Тут скрипит.
Honey, the remedy of the gods.
Так, мед. Предметы. Это все хорошо. О, боже, они даже раскинуты как-то по-еврейски. Носовой платок, Письмо, сумка. Где мед-то? Мед. Восстановить 2 очка действия. Ну, давайте восстановим. А как? Не понял. Что? Как мне... Понятно. А, стоп, да. Ну давайте книги почитаем, они что-то тоже дают. Да что такое? Я вообще что-нибудь могу в этой игре нажать? Какая-то чертовщина. Я ничего не могу выбрать. Так, а кто у нас тут?
President George Washington.
Это хорошо. Мать, где комната моей мамки? Мы там сейчас, я думаю, очень много интересных вещей найдем. Ага. Скрипит так, блин, как будто за мной кто-то идет. Это вообще очень напрягает в наушниках. Так. Так, что тут было? Я все слышал. Монетки сраные.
Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
Так, мать. Табличку, видимо, уже убрали. Или она на другом этаже, что тоже может быть. Ну ладно. Пойдем тогда сны смотреть свои. Флакон золотого эликсира. Золотой эликсир снимает все действующие 30. У меня могут быть еще отрицательные эффекты. Чего, ребята?
Golden elixir.
Так, нажмите один, чтобы выпить, а... 2, чтобы выпить, а мед... Что мне нажать, чтобы мед выпить? А, ну я сейчас себе только звук испортил. Ничего нету. Ай, как же тут все по-еврейски.
Monsieur Jacques Perru.
Monsieur Jacques Perru.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Оу. Люблю игры, где всяких исторических личностей вплетают. Всегда интересно посмотреть на них. Конечно,
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Строить на них, на играх, в смысле, свое представление о исторических личностях занятие такое неблагодарное, но смотреть все же интересно. Так, здесь моя комната.
Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Я потерял свою комнату. А, может она до него была. Вот это.
Huh, that's me. Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do?
Да не открывайтесь, он же все уже сказал.
Damn. Can't wait to open it, but I gave my word to Piaggi, so... Too bad. I'll wait until I hand it to Mother. Wow! Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway. Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices. Judith beheading Holofernes. Ironic in a way, when you know that the artist represented himself as Judith beheading her mentor, who had raped her.
Жаль, ничего не видно.
Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son. Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices. It always amuses me to see how art gets used for propaganda purposes. The conversion of St. Paul, by Caravaggio. It's incredible. It doesn't look like a copy, but I was sure the original was in Rome.
О. Блин, ну я потом...
Golden elixir.
У меня 2 комнаты. Блин, это эти 2 комнаты больше, чем моя квартира съемная. О чем? О чем вообще речь, ребята? Там что-то есть. Понятно. Ясно, понятно.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Так, я по соседству со священником. Справа от меня я не помню. Книги. Моя же спальня. Склянка кармелитской воды. Кармелитская вода позволяет сосредоточиться и не расходовать очки. Единственное преимущество щенка. Можно хранить более...
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Мед. Двойка это отменяет все эти. Четверка это... Давайте единичку, наверное, посмотрим, что будет. О, все понял. О, скучный мед. И мы ничего не видим. Хорошо. Так. У меня вроде 2 комнаты, поэтому это, скорее всего, опять моя спальня. Наверное, холодно зимой жить. Мне кажется, за такими стенами рядом с морем на возвышенности. В общем, ужас. Что-то нашел? А, нет. Ну, само собой. Можно 2. Сюда мы уже войти не можем. Остается нам только идти в постель. Ну, после того, как мы осмотрим свою комнату. Или не будем ее осматривать. В принципе, тоже как вариант. Никто даже не пытался нас убить. А, мы только ложимся. Я уже думал, мы встали. Сны сейчас должны. Оккультизм. Activation. Что? Так. Хорошо. Прокачка? Вы серьезно? А 4 очка навыков. Так, а давайте посмотрим. 3 очка, 2 очка. Ну, это все не для нас. Так. Чего делаем? Хитрость. И будем как идиоты стоять. Такие, логика не работает, бдительность не работает, допрос не работает, психология не работает. Ну, в принципе, это все одна и та же ветка, поэтому чего я удивляюсь. Языковедение не работает, убеждение. Ну, ладно, манипулируем мы и так неплохо, поэтому берем и вкачиваем хитрость. Я думаю, это будет полезно. А потом будем думать, что делать дальше. Выбор манускрипта. Сейчас вы можете выбрать, какой манускрипт будет читать ваш персонаж. После выполнения задания прочтенный манускрипт принесет вам дополнительные очки навыка. Так, оккультизм, убеждение, наука. Ну, давайте убеждение. Что убеждение я качать не собираюсь. Хотя бы в единичку мы его качаем. Поехали сны. Мужик так странно выглядит. Я думал, только женщины старые могут, бабульки одеваться так, побольше пудры. Высохшие, но бодрые.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
Durocher can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of Durocher's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late, and we have much to discuss. One last move.
Офицер. Дайте угадать.
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, come. Take a seat, my friend.
Они не понимают, в игру какую-то играют. Кто кого переплюнет, кто на... Ну да, это был Наполеон.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
Серьезно, я вот прям вот так настолько очевидно вижу происходящее.
I'm coming.
Это пугает. Ну вот, к Вашингтону иду, сейчас он мне расскажет все о моей матери, так что че переживать. Так, ключ с кольцом.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the...
Так, ладно, давайте отворим дверь. То как-то неприлично получается.
Excuse me, am I bothering you?
Нет, конечно
No,
же
not
нет.
in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Да, ты еще удивился.
I bumped into her in the small salon before.
Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least, I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
Ох, 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 ох. Интересный выбор. Хочет послушать ребят. Или помочь товарищу, которому он даже при выборе уже не особо хочет помогать. То есть мне как бы намекают. Ключи. Видение, видение. Мне кажется... Ладно, меня тоже заинтересовала эта девушка.
Count on me, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Keep Elizabeth downstairs as long as possible. She must not return to her room.
Trust me.
10 минут. Не давать... Зачем я выпил мед, если у меня вон все... А, ну у меня одной нету. Ладно.
According to Washington, Lady Adams is in the small salon. I better hurry.
Малая гостиная. Но это, видимо, там, где мы встречались со старичком припугленным. Опа-на. А что это мы тут подслушиваем? Могу я вам помочь? Ты не слышал, как я подхожу?
My son. Oh, you are a godsend.
What's the matter, Your Eminence?
I believe Miss Adams may be in danger.
What do you mean?
Do you hear that? She is being manhandled in this small salon.
By whom?
I don't know exactly. A thug, a Frenchman, it seems. By the cut of his cloth, I'd say he's a member of the French Revolutionary Government. You should do something, my son.
Уже иду.
Shit. I was supposed to make sure Adams wouldn't go back to her room. Don't worry, Your Eminence. I'll take care of it. Probably nothing to worry about.
Do you want me to call for help?
Please don't do anything. I'm sure with a little goodwill, everything will work out fine. Don't go and wake up the whole manor, please.
Thank you, my son. May God watch over you.
Так, что тут происходит?
Who do you think you are?
Поиск решения. Вы можете достичь цели разными способами, тщательно обдумать свое решение перед тем, как сделать выбор. Да вы тут постоянно временную шкалу ставьте, тогда я и тщательно не буду думать.
Me, sir.
If we were in France, I'd have sent you to the guillotine for what you just said.
Please, just let me go back to my room.
Hey, you! Stay out of it! This is none of your business. I'm gonna teach this little slut how to behave.
What the hell is going on?
Huh? I don't think you know who I am.
Stop. I beg you. I didn't mean to. Don't hit me, please, sir.
Shit. If I step in, Adams might just run back to her room. And if I do nothing, yes, Washington will have enough time to search, but this girl's gonna suffer. Damn it, what should I do?
Да, временная шкала. Так. Ну, что делать? Конечно, девушку будет.
Stay out of it, boy.
Shit.
What are you playing at? I told you to mind your own business, boy.
Так.
If you think you can side with this whore and then just walk away, you're out of your mind. Give me one good reason not to knock you down.
Ударить, запугать. Успокоить, напомнить, где он находится. Запугать.
Sir, you obviously do not know who I am, or you'd keep your distance.
Ooh, one more like that and I'm gonna get scared. Don't think you're getting away with it that easily. I'm sick of all these toffs. If we were in Paris, I'd send you all to the guillotine. And on top of it all, a woman telling me how I ought to behave? I won't stand for it.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
What? Don't tell me you're gonna defend these harlots.
Боже, мужик, ты такой нервный. Успокоить прибывшего, успокоить. Ну,
I believe in man. From speech comes dialogue.
Так.
From dialogue, peace is born.
Так.
And from peace, great destinies flourish.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Так,
I get the feeling you're trying to put one over on me. If that's the case, you're making a big mistake.
Sorry about that. Look, there's no point in us aggravating each other. Let's both just go our separate ways.
Don't move. We're not done yet. You wanted to be the knight in shining armor and save the damsel in distress. Let's see how brave you are.
Ого. Растерять. Собеседник привел вас в смятение. Применение навыка стоит дороже. Выпить флакон золотого эликсира, чтобы прийти в себя. Что? Так. Так. Отпугнуть. Молить прощения. Припугнуть.
Think about it. You know your head will roll tomorrow if you shoot.
Wanna bet?
Sure do.
Yeah, boy.
I'm not in the habit of beating Lord Mortimer's guest in his own salon. You got off easy this time, but don't try it again.
Кто такой? Чего? Кого? Так, ну хоть что-то мы Вашингтону принесем, я так понимаю, это ему будет интересно вспомнить, что это за предмет.
The brooch Elizabeth was wearing. Huh. She was so frightened she was unaware that she'd lost it.
Yeah, well, it didn't seem to do her much good.
Береги себя, сестренка. Так. Мне надо выпить, я так понимаю, А, ну понятно. Все понятно. Так, что там было? Слышал звук. Слышу звук. Где что можно тут взаимодействовать? Все обосрал.
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
Не помог Вашингтону, не подслушал Наполеона.
There's a pattern with 5 circles on this chest.
Надеюсь, тут можно так. Так. Он сказал мне выпить. И тогда все будет хорошо. А, это вот это надо выпить.
There's a pattern with 5 circles on this chest.
Так. Не зря потратил. Плюс 3. Вот это удачно.
Hey, these look like pages taken from an ancient encyclopedia.
Так, посмотреть, что это могло. Ну, давайте посмотрим.
Lady Adams must have locked it behind her when she fled.
Понятно. Так, ну в этой комнате, кажется, мы уже все осмотрели, все, что можно. Можно уходить. Надеюсь, у Вашингтона все хорошо.
Well, did you get time to search the room?
Louis, I only needed 10 minutes. Imagine the scandal if she had found me.
What would you have done in my shoes? She was in the middle of an argument with some angry guy.
10 minutes. I didn't ask for the moon.
Nonetheless, you found what you were looking for, didn't you?
Not everything, but yes. Elizabeth is definitely the daughter of John Adams. We need more information.
You can always go back.
It's too late now.
Да, too late. Постоянно мы за полчаса эту женщину видели дважды вне комнаты своей. О чем ты вообще говоришь too late? Так. Понятно. Все, нагулялись. Так, ну сейчас пойдем вещи матери хоть посмотрим. Что да как, да почему. Опять заставка.
Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
I was worried about you, my son. How did it go with Miss Adams?
Прелестно. Цель оправдывает средства, он получил сполна. Я разобрался. Почему все остальные серые? Так, я разобрался.
Don't worry about that anymore, Your Eminence. I had to step in, but everything's under control.
What an adventure, my son. I am relieved to hear it. You acted as a good Christian. In these troubled times, we need more men of your caliber.
It's nothing, Your Eminence. I did what I had to do. Well, you did the opposite.
Good. Well, thanks for the news. My son, I have another problem. I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have my letter on you? The one I gave you in the hall?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
Соврать. Ну, тут такое дело. Добавляй.
Thank you, my son. Ah, I see that it's still sealed.
Проверял
I was
меня.
right to put my trust in you.
Молодец.
Give me 1 second, please.
Теперь можно рвать письмо. В принципе.
I can't imagine what would have happened if I hadn't added this name to the list. Please be sure to give this letter to Sarah the moment you see her.
You can count on it.
Have a good night.
Проверщик. Эх, дедуля, не на того ты нарвался. Стопили.
I'm exhausted. I better go to bed. I'll search my room tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
Так. Я не смог задержать Леди Адамс. Я мог узнать больше о прошлом своей матери. И кучу развилок я тут наполучал. Но что поделать. Четыре очка. Так. Эрудиция, наука, оккультизм. Что вкачаем? Давайте вкачаем... Ой, давайте вкачаем. Оккультизм. Я ради чего, собственно, взял этот класс. Книжку почитаем. Мы же почитаем книжку? Нет, конечно. Рисовка чем-то напоминает Dishonored, вообще серию.
All right. In my vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room before me. I'd better search the room. Who knows? Maybe she left me something behind.
Ну, конечно, конечно. А это что такое? Нельзя выбрать. Смотрите со страницы, можно сказать, что прочитать его наука, языка, знания, эрудиция. Ого, ого. Серьезно. Так. Так я... Что это за значок, я не понимаю. Наука. Оккультизм. Так. Нет места для меда. Меда. Сколько он добавляет? Мед восполняет 2 очка. Не одно. Потратить? Ну давайте потратим. Посмотрим, насколько это было необходимо.
Devil's Thorn. The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance. Nothing. Inspiration of St. Matthew, or Matthew writing his gospel, dictated to him by voices. I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Dear Monsieur de Richet.
Last Judgment. Why do I always get the most terrifying room? Writing material.
Ну, учитывая нашу бдительность, это без шансов найти какие-то улики.
Incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio represented St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch.
Очень странная картина. Что я еще могу здесь найти?
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Look, very jolly. Markings on the floor.
Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
В смысле? А тебя не смущает вообще?
Oh, this bookcase is well stocked. Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way round. A Voyage Around the World. The travelogue of the explorer, Louis-Antoine de Bougainville. One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother? Found it. A faint sign of the order, barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room.
Конечно, нет. Твоя бдительность.
Not far from solving the puzzle, I must keep searching.
Царапины для тебя несущественные. В книге ты нашел водяной знак, да только ни хрена не понимаешь, что он значит. Бдительность, чувак, бдительность.
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice, strong coffee, though.
Я уже не помню, что эти вещи дают мне.
There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it.
Зачем мне взламывать? Ладно. Не понимаю. Мед.
There's a note. Effects of Sœur de Richer, to be given to her son, Louis. I should probably take it. Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son.
Ну так я вроде обошел уже всю комнату. Нет. Что-то как-то все очень плохо. Обновите улики оставленные. Я даже не знаю. Могла ли она что-то оставить?
This room looks unoccupied.
Могла ли она что-то оставить на балконе? Могла.
Here's something will undermine my botanist's appreciation for the local climate.
Что, опять бдительность твоя?
Let's recap. My mother was in this room.
Да.
I found a rare edition of her favorite book. She must have left something behind. She must have used the writing materials. What if she used lemon juice instead? An old trick used to hide messages.
Так.
A message using invisible ink. I bet she used the lemon to leave a message. Now, how do I reveal the message?
Поджечь на лампе.
The message is illegible. I have to keep searching.
Вот лампа стоит. Просто прислони ее. Ну ладно. Оценить пользу пепла. Взять пепел. Так, давайте еще поищем. Это что-то какой-то бред получается. Так, шкатулка, картина.
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice, strong coffee, though. A drachma.
Драхма. Понял. Монетки старые. Свеча.
If a message is written in lemon juice, the flame will reveal it.
Так. Выбор уже сделан.
If a message is written in lemon juice, the flame will reveal it.
Ну, возьми. Только не сожги. Надеюсь, навыков тебе для того, чтобы не сжечь страницу, не надо. То это будет вообще тупо. Так, ну вроде больше ты...
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Особо ничего я не могу сделать. Не знаю, не буду я тратить очки, мне кажется, все и так очевидно. Поехали. Посыпать книгу пеплом, нагреть страницу свечой.
Aha! It's working! The heat reveals the message.
Ну и что там?
Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, could be anywhere. After that, she adds, beware hero. The beast always charges the best protected soldier. And that's its weakness. What is my mother trying to tell me? You've gone to so much trouble. You must not have only found something important, but you must have also felt like you were in great danger. Now I better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Sir, dinner is served in the red salon.
Typical.
I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Все. Симулятор болтуна активирован. Ты не хочешь книгу-то обратно убрать, дружище? Книгу убрать.
If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests.
Какие у нас комнаты есть? Есть моя. И все закрыты. Здесь у нас священник. Вашингтон где-то здесь. Я бы посмотрел герцогиню. Что-то мне подсказывает, что я могу только... Так, могу я просто взять и ее перед... понятно. Что-то с освещением. Так, ладно. Комната Бонапарда. Почему я могу в комнату Бонапарда, что ли, войти? С выбора-то у меня особого и нет, что ли? А, ну да. Ясно, я тут коварные планы строю. Да.
Might be better to take a different stairway.
Maybe.
That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
Так. Что мы имеем? Дерево.
The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
Так, боже мой. Политика устойчивый. Слуги манипулируемые. Женщины к логике не подверженные. Ладно. Да нет у меня деятельности, чтобы осматривать предметы.
My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are...
Все серьезно.
A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier. It's a beautiful weapon. A Levy damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
Что у него? Две устойчивости? К убеждению, он...
The Battle of Alexander at Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius. Yet another one with delusions of grandeur.
Так. Убеждение.
Hannibal crossing the Alps. Another military success. Why do I get nothing but visions of horror in my room, and he gets victory after victory?
Да, кстати, странно. Как будто картина отражает характер или историю человека.
French actor Talma is Nero in Britannicus, the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty.
My dear Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January on my island to participate in the High Society meeting organized for the occasion. We shall be able to continue our discussion about our project for a new order for France. I have a proposition to make to you concerning...
Ну, короче, приглашение для Наполеона сюда.
Vercingetorix throws down his arms at the feet of Julius Caesar by Royer, two great army chiefs.
Ясно. Так, ну, вроде бы все уже осмотрел. По крайней мере, у меня есть такое предположение. Особо-то я ничего не узнал, чтобы мог не знать до этого. Видимо, тут только для бдительных есть какая-то интересная информация. Но мы не из таких. Мы так легко эту игру не пройдем. Да. Ого, синяк.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault, too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Home.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Peru.
Так, где мышка?
You didn't happen to lose this, did you?
Where did you find it?
In the small salon.
It's the only reminder I have of my beloved sister. I thought that swine stole it from me.
Да забирай.
You're her son. Sarah de Richet's son.
Yes, why?
Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
My mother came here to do business with Lord Mortimer, but she seems to have gone missing. So I'm here to find her.
I know your mother very well.
Ooh.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you?
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No. I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
Так,
I want to find out what really happened.
No, you really don't want to know what your mother did when I shed my first blood at puberty.
On the contrary, you can tell me anything. Let me be my own judge.
I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they?
Блин, он такой неуравновешенный. Сделать самое, сестру ладно.
Haven't you got a sister?
Yes.
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
She's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her. Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's come here for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
Нормально у него такие навязчивые идеи, вообще скачущее настроение.
What can I do for you, sir?
Я не знаю.
I am at your service day and night,
есть
sir.
иконка разговора.
What can you tell me about the guests?
Do excuse me, sir, but I am bound by discretion to say nothing about Lord Mortimer's guests, sir. Perhaps would like to know something else?
Хорошо, расскажи мне о хозяине.
I would like to speak about your master, Lord Mortimer.
Do please excuse me, sir, but I shall make no comment about my master. Is there anything else that sir would like to know?
Я уже не знаю. Что находится, где можно выбрать?
What is outside on the island exactly?
Lord Mortimer has made a point of keeping the main part of the island in its natural state, sir. For security reasons, only the wharves and the gardens are accessible to guests.
If Sir would like to walk along the wharves, he has only to follow the pathway used upon his arrival. If he would like to walk in the interior gardens of the manor, I would advise Sir to pass through the portrait gallery. May I help Sir in any other way?
Первый этаж.
Yes. Can you briefly describe the ground floor, please?
Very well, sir. On the ground floor, there are mainly living rooms. Sir finds himself at present in the Grand Hall. From the Grand Hall, Sir can access, on one side, the small salon where the guests like to relax with a good book. From there, Sir can access the conference room, which is closed at present for preparations. That is where Lord Mortimer likes to gather all of his guests for talks. From the other side of the Grand Hall, Sir may access the dining room. That is where Sir's meals will be served. From the dining room, Sir may benefit from an exceptional view overlooking the island. It is also the best way to access the portrait gallery, where a large part of Lord Mortimer's works are exhibited. And in the gallery, Sir will also find access to the garden. But Sir may be reassured the building is accessible on both sides, so that it surrounds the garden in question. So, Sir should not find cause to worry. No one has ever gotten lost.
Except for my mother.
Has Sir another question?
У меня доступно здесь 3 помещения. Малая гостиная, большая гостиная и вестибюль. Ты мне наговорил на 2 часа каких-то помещений, в которые я даже попасть не могу.
What's on the first floor?
The first floor is reserved for guests, sir. That is where Sir will find his private rooms. The main corridor leads around the building. 3 stairways will enable Sir to return to the ground floor. It is also from there that Sir will be able to reach the second floor.
Thank you very much.
Anything else, sir?
Yes. What can I find on the second floor?
That floor is strictly reserved for Lord Mortimer, sir. In the west wing on the second floor are his private chambers. In the east wing are the rooms reserved for Lord Mortimer's personal guests. At the moment, these rooms are reserved for Sir Holmes, sir. But only authorized guests may access that area. Does Sir have any more questions?
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
Так. Я хочу почитать манускрипт.
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir. And I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend Sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir. I took it to restore.
Совсем забыл, это же моя книга.
Hang on, but it's mine.
Beg pardon, sir?
It's my book. I'm telling you, it's my book.
With all due respect, sir, I hope Sir will understand that I have doubts. I found it in Lord Mortimer's library.
Huh, there you are then. That's exactly where I left it.
I am quite put out, sir. I don't know what to say.
In that case, I suggest you say nothing and hand it over.
But I...
Now.
Давай.
Very well, sir. Here you are. May Sir take good care of it. It is damaged.
And you've damaged it as well? Well, bravo. Bravo.
No, I didn't do anything. It wasn't me, sir.
Say pardon.
Pardon me, sir.
Very good. There were some other things I wanted to go over with you.
Боже, какой я ублюдок. Я бы не отказался от янтаря. Что он дает?
My good fellow, would you have any amber available?
I would. But unfortunately, I don't think I am authorized to give it out, sir. I believe it is a precious stone.
Я манипулятор. Так, ладно. Это, конечно, хорошо. Я пошел. пошел я своей книгой. Увиделся, мужик. Вот, ублюдок, еще растрепал мою книгу. Бабочки сидят. Но это уже перебор.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently, and he sends no one to meet me?
What a story.
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the King's table.
I am delighted to hear it.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well. Surprising when you know Volner prohibited religious practices in Prussia. Renowned member of the Rose Croix Order, former Freemason, and great lover of alchemy. And look at Piaggi fawning over him. I really do have a problem digesting political protocol.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A Southern, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favorite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
Так, спросивших же, что спросите меня, что познакомиться с Валером. Ну, давайте спросим Эмили.
What do you think of Volner?
The Prussian king is his puppet.
I find it hard to believe the king of Prussia is so weak.
Be careful. Volner is as influential as he is dangerous.
You seem to know each other well.
We used to work together.
I see.
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
Так.
Lord Mortimer has invited Napoleon along to negotiate an important commercial venture.
Nothing strange about that.
And the Golden Order is somehow involved.
What? Our order? Are you sure?
That's what I read in the letter from Mortimer to Napoleon.
This information is important. Thank you, Louis.
Что-то я узнал,
Monsieur de
что
Richet,
даже не понял сам.
it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Ограждение не надо. Совершенно
Lord
безопасное
Mortimer
место.
and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis.
Так,
I'm
я
listening.
готов.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And for that, I have a little question for you.
Доказать Наполеоновскую
The
компетентность.
agreement
Поехали.
stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
Все верно, я не знаю, вы меня обманываете. Я не знаю, все верно. Давайте пойдем в
Surely
атаку.
such an amount will buy twice as many cannons. Don't try to pull a fast one on me. We're both young, but we are not naive.
Please don't be offended. I just wanted to make sure you knew what you were talking about. And I am reassured. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
Так, ну тут все очевидно. Просто манипулируем и все хорошо.
I think what France is lacking today is a truly strong leader ready to govern her.
Даже не надо ничего
Someone who will
тратить.
restore her luster, who will propel her forward so once again she becomes a proud nation respected by all. A man capable of both rebuilding the country from the inside and, at the same time, developing exterior relations. Someone with a vision, I think. The right person still remains to be found.
You're right, my friend. I hear your words, and I agree.
Легко доказал свою
Monsieur de Richet,
компетентность.
I am reassured. I am very happy to have met you. Lord Mortimer was right to put his trust in you. I hope to work with you in the very near future. I would like to thank you for your support by offering you this humble little gift.
Reflections on the Revolution in France. Monsieur Bonaparte, I thank you for this gesture, and please know that I, too, am delighted to have met you.
Какие-то
My
интриги,
friends,
тайны
I would like
расследования.
to say a few words, please. I would like to thank Lord Mortimer and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
Да, Василий, новая
I trust
игрушка.
you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington.
Как видишь, рисовка в
Right,
этой игре
we shall meet
довольно
again
интересная.
tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope.
Если играл в игру
Until then,
Telltale,
I trust you
примерно
will
в
find
курсе, как
plenty
здесь
to
все
keep you
происходит.
amused.
Много болтовни, и периодически мне дают нажать одну кнопочку. Так. А что, неудач у меня не было? Все удачно. Обыскал, доказал. Я мог обыскать комнату Элизабет Адамс. В смысле? В смысле мог? Я даже не знал, где эта комната находится. Как я мог узнать, что я мог обыскать ее комнату, если все комнаты были закрыты? Точнее, они были все закрыты и так, но почему-то только Наполеона я могу взломать комнату. Какая-то несправедливость. Чёртова. 4 очка. Так, ну давайте прокачаем, пожалуй. Я не знаю, почему здесь наука. Какая-то синенькая полоска, желтенькая полоска. Что это вообще значит? Давайте прокачаем эрудицию. Готово.
All right, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Так, книжки. Нет, здесь не как в Assassin's Creed. Здесь скорее... Ну, сравнивать сложно, если ты не играл. Telltale-овские игры. Просто очень много диалогов, периодически тебе что-то надо убедить через навыки. А во второй половине игры ты, как в квестах, ищешь улики, которые раскрывают тебе какие-то крючки, зацепки к сюжету, к истории. Плюс тут еще навыки ввели. В подобных играх обычно никаких навыков нет. Но здесь они нормально так влияют. Я почти ничего не прокачал, то, что надо для разговоров, и сижу кукую, когда люди, взрослые дядюшки, разговаривают. Так, что мне надо? Политика, психология, манипулирование. Ну, давайте покачаем политику или психологию, потому что что-то я постоянно сижу, ничего не могу сделать. Допустим, психология. Так, Гаргона. Еще. Странно, Василий, что ты вообще эту игру нашел, учитывая, что аналогов этой игры не знаешь. Решил ее посмотреть.
Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Wollner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
Benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends. Indeed, I noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte had already begun.
Ah, I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing, Your Eminence. But I still haven't been able to meet Lord Mortimer.
It is typical of him. What can I say? Lord Mortimer is a very busy man. I should think you are beginning to worry.
Да нет, не слишком я волнуюсь. У меня все под контролем.
To tell you the truth, not really.
You are right. Be positive. Perhaps Sarah is in the company of Lord Mortimer, and they will both turn up shortly.
But while I have you with me, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Louis. What can I do for you?
Парниша стримит с 500 зрителями. Ну, я не смотрел. Там русский парниша. Василий, спасибо за фоллов. Я думал, что русские стримеры все уже отстримили, что теперь могут остальные. Ну, что поделать. Что? Ну, придется, значит, конкурировать с 500 зрителями. Ничего страшного. Так, я ищу медузу.
As I haven't visited all the manor yet, I Wondered if you hadn't seen a Medusa by any chance.
I beg your pardon?
Yes, la Gorgogne, the Medusa from Greek mythology. Would you have seen one? In any shape or form?
Not at all, my son. I'm not sure what you're getting at, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be of any use to you.
Thank you anyway, Your Eminence. I won't take up any more of your time. On that last word, then I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
See you later, my son.
Так, Медуза. Там, где все могут меня смерить взглядом. Чё по карте? Я думаю, можно круг сделать. Так, чего максимальное количество очков действия увеличено один? Ну, отлично.
Amber crystals.
Это что такое было? Ключ с оккультным символом. Хорошо. Ого. Ого. Золотой эликсир. Ну, так я ж не пользуюсь ничем. Я же жадный. Конечно, нет места для него.
Actress, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Меда я тоже не могу использовать.
A few pages out of an old encyclopedia.
О, это хорошо. Еще одна страничка, я что-то там крутое смогу изучать. Картинная галерея. Тут Медузу, я думаю, мы и найдем.
Where all eyes size you up. Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of. And she also spoke of a Medusa. Should I go and try to find the creature now?
Так. Выйти мне не дадут.
Celia. That name means nothing to me.
Медуза.
A painting with no name.
О, Медуза, здорово. Тебя-то я искал.
I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern. And the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping hand.
Что ты хочешь? Я не понимаю. Повернуть статуэтки каким-то образом? Я даже не понимаю, каким. У тебя там в голове что-то роится? То ты высказываешь все свои мысли, что я удивляюсь.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Ты говоришь с загадками.
The origin of myths. A reinterpretation of legendary creatures. Just what I need. The text is in French on the left-hand page and in Latin on the right hand. Let's find the chapter on the Medusa.
Француз. Точно. Все под контролем.
Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the Gorgon, The hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
Пока другие герои отвлекали Гаргону, герой с мечом готовился нанести удар. Хорошо, а что это значит для меня в плане статуэток? Есть щит, есть меч и что-то еще. И лампа. Сейчас мы угадаемся. Наверное. Изучить механизм. Подумать об оптике. Повернуть статуэтки. Давайте изучим. Нам это, в принципе, ничего не стоит.
The mechanism is worn here. Whenever the shield is not turned toward the sword, the machinery freezes up. The statue must have been in this position most of the time, betrayed by the marks of time. So that makes it easy. The shield must face the sword.
Ну, спасибо и на этом. К мечу. Нет, ты не достанешь, ты же не умеешь прыгать. Лампу. Лампу мы пока, наверное, трогать не будем, раз она тратит очки. Парень с мечом. Изучить. Не изучить. Ничего я не умею. Так, ну парень с мечом, наверное, должен быть на медузу, что вы мне подсказываете. Наверное. А парень с лампой должен, наверное, так и стоять. Вспомнить легенду. А, вот. Ну-ка.
In Greek mythology, anyone who looked into the eyes of the Medusa turned to stone. So the monster's statue must be turned towards someone who can protect their eyes. It can only be the hero holding the shield.
Так, хорошо.
The clue I found said, "Beware hero. The beast always charges the best protected. That is its weakness." That's the key. The best protected hero is the one holding the shield. Thank you, Mother.
Да с щитом-то все разобрались. Чего вы мне 2 раза про один и тот же щит говорите? Так, на щит она посмотрела, щит смотрит на мечника, а парень с лампой непонятно, куда вообще должен смотреть. Значит, что-то я не угадал, что-то мне подсказывает. А, мечник сам тоже непонятно, куда должен смотреть. Может, он должен смотреть на парня с щитом? Я его даже изучить не могу никак. А ты должен смотреть на героя с щитом. Все смотрят на щитового. Что-то какая-то чушня получается. Так, ну ладно, давайте потратим очки, потому что что-то мне ничего не получается.
A painting with no name. Now, Louis, it's time to keep a logical mind, as every good scientist should. The aim is to defeat the Medusa, so what can the lantern be for? To light up the Medusa? Hardly likely. The hero holding the lantern will be easy prey, and the shield will be of no use. To light up the sword? No, that makes no sense. So that leaves the shield. I wonder if the aim is to play with the light. If I turn the shield right, the light would be reflected. The ray of light will perturb the Medusa and focus her attention on the best protected hero. Pretty smart. But it also means I have to make sure I get the shield position just right.
Чего? Ничего не понял. Я и так направил его на парня с щитом. Направил. Парень на щитом... Смотрит на парня с мечом. Парень с мечом должен смотреть на щит. Все верно. Наверное. Блин, мне тратить теперь еще на щит, чтобы узнать то, что я так знаю. Давайте, ладно. Что-то не получается.
Let's think. To vanquish the beast, the statues have to be lined up in a specific order. What can this shield be for? To protect its holder? Why not? But in that case, what's the lantern for? Step back and take a second, Louis. Be logical, but open-minded. Think outside the box. Nobody said a statue has to have only one use. I wonder if the lantern was to distract the Medusa. This shield can both protect the holder and also reflect the light from the lantern to distract the beast. In other words, I'll have to make an angle of 90 degrees between the lantern and the Medusa by turning the shield to face the sword. If Mortimer's the one who thought of all this stuff, then honestly, he must have a screw loose. Crazy idea, but worth a shot.
Хорошо, давайте повернем ее к Медузе. И что? И ничего. И ничего. Так, отлично. То есть остается только мечник. Непонятно, куда он должен смотреть. Давайте повернем его на Медузу. Хорошо. Тоже ничего. Да что за черт ты такой? Медуза смотрит на парня со щитом. Парень с щитом смотрит на мечника. Мечник смотрит непонятно куда. Парень смотрит либо на Медузу, либо на щит. Может, здесь какие-нибудь еще подсказки есть, я не знаю, просто уже.
A ruble.
Рубль. Отлично.
Celia. That name means nothing to me. The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. The last day before his crucifixion, Jesus announces that he will be betrayed by one of his disciples. A meeting between Louis XIV and Philippe V. I wonder why Mortimer's particularly fond of this painting. The Company by Rembrandt. Amber crystals. The Fall of Phaeton. Another painting by Rubens. Poor Phaeton, struck by lightning by his father Apollo. The Song of Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near, his brain is oozing by either ear. With his brain oozing, it's already remarkable that he can feel anything. Ah, François Ier, Receiving the Holy Family, a painting by Raphael. Christ Crucified by Velázquez. Look, someone's left a note there. Reserved for the Duke of Alcudia.
Все это, конечно, хорошо, но подсказок нету. Что делать?
painting with no name.
Еще раз.
In Greek mythology, anyone who looked into the eyes of the Medusa turned to stone. So the monster's statue must be turned towards someone who can protect their eyes. It can only be the hero holding the shield.
Ну, логично.
The clue I found said, "Beware hero. The beast always charges the best protected. That is its weakness." That's the key. The best protected hero is the one holding the shield. Thank you, Mother.
Хорошо, она у нас повернута уже на счетоводца нашего. У нас есть еще... Ну, вот тут, к сожалению, латиницу мы не выучим до 3-го уровня, я думаю. Никаким макаром. Что у нас говорится про счетоводца нашего?
The mechanism is worn here. Whenever the shield is not turned toward the sword, the machinery freezes up. The statue must have been in this position most of the time, betrayed by the marks of time. So that makes it easy. The shield must face the sword.
Сделано.
Let's think. To vanquish the beast, the statues have to be lined up in a specific order. What can the shield be for? To protect its holder? Why not? But in that case, what's the lantern for? Step back and take a second, Louis. Be logical, but open-minded. Think outside the box. Nobody said a statue has to have only one use. I wonder if the lantern was to distract the Medusa. This shield can both protect the holder and also reflect the light from the lantern to distract the beast. In other words, I'll have to make an angle of 90 degrees between the lantern and the Medusa by turning the shield to face the sword. If Mortimer's the one who thought of all this stuff, then honestly, he must have a screw loose. Crazy idea, but worth a shot.
Смотрит на Медузу. Смотрит на Медузу. Хорошо, если я тебя поверну сейчас на щит. Ура.
For Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
Логика с тобой не работает. Отшутиться, ответить на вопрос вопросом, ответить честно. Давайте ответим вопросом на вопрос.
Oh yeah? So tell me what
Что сама ты тут делаешь?
I'm just... I mean,
Yeah, just like me.
Probably, but I asked the question first.
Well then, we'll pretend you haven't asked me yet.
What about a little gallantry, Louis? Come on, I'm listening. What are you doing here?
Так. Промолчать, пошутить. Ну, давайте используем свои
Listen,
навыки.
this isn't one of Madame Scootery's soirees. There's no room for courtesy in a place like this. I promise in any other circumstances, I would try to show a bit more spirit in my efforts to amuse you. For today, I suggest we focus on the rather obvious fact that we are both interested in spying on our host.
I congratulate you on your knowledge of fashionable soiree of the 12th century, but you have just ruined the ambiance, Louis. Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, in your dreams. At your service, madam.
Да, в твоих мечтах, женщина.
I found an amazing ring. There's an inscription engraved on it. you're married, why don't you wear a wedding ring?
You mean wear something just to prove your love? Not my style.
Так, ладно. Заигрывать мы с ней как-то не особо мне хочется. Так.
The heavenly symbols refer to Pandora's box. Emily, I'm pretty sure I've got Pandora's box.
Of course you have. You see an earthen pot and you immediately assume it can only be Pandora's box. Logical. What I like about you is that you never fail to surprise me.
The heavenly symbols refer to Pandora's box. Emily, I'm pretty sure I've got Pandora's box.
Of course you have. You see an earthen pot and you immediately assume it can only be Pandora's box. Logical. What I like about you, Louis, is that you never fail to surprise me.
Все, открываем ящик.
Emily, what if I open the jar? Would that then make man responsible for all the evils?
Try. It'll make a change.
Так.
All right, can we move on now?
I do love your irony, but honestly, are you ever impressed by anything you see?
By a chamber pot? No, you really do need to do better than that.
Эх, скучно с тобой, женщина. Изображаешь себе всезнайку. Никому не интересно.
A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Do you think that can really be Jason's golden fleece?
No, you are aware that Jason and the Argonauts is a myth, aren't you?
But Mortimer's been protecting this hide. It must be of great value, don't you think?
Certainly of historical value. This kind of hide is still used by gold diggers in Eastern Europe. Now you see how easy it is to obtain a legend.
Why do you have to act so nonchalant every time I show you something?
Louis, anyone can kill a sheep, rip off its hide, and say it's the golden fleece.
We're at Lord Mortimer's, not at some farmyard fair. You're just too skeptical.
And you have a tendency to believe anything. Talk about an unlikely pair.
Yet, you know opposites attract, don't you? An unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
The Gospel according to Judas, or How to Crucify Jesus as part of God's plan. You do realize that the contents of this book could undermine the very foundations of Christianity.
One more reason to leave it in the secret room of a lost manor on a private island.
Do you realize how important this book is?
Of course, but what I really want to know is how did it come into Mortimer's possession?
I was thinking the same thing about all the paintings and sculptures in the manor. I bet you've read them cover to cover.
Naturally.
Really? I'm curious. Tell me, what part stood out the most to you?
The passage where Mary says to Joseph, "Hey, you, shut up."
In other words, you haven't even opened one.
Да, прекрасный мне компаньон. Что-то с чем-то. Что?
Hey, Mortimer's the author of this work. He talks about his passion for art.
Ты так и будешь стоять над одной стойкой, женщина?
Guess what I found?
The Holy Grail.
Older than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that old.
This could go on for hours. Just tell me.
Caesar's laurel wreath. The workmanship on this crown is amazing. The finesse of the gold laurel leaves is beautiful. A crown worthy of an emperor. I'd stake my life that it's the genuine article.
Так. Давайте примерим. Когда нам еще удастся?
Don't put your grubby fat fingers on it.
Do you find my fingers fat?
At least put on some gloves.
Please note, my fingers are slim.
You were going to leave marks. My God, what an amateur.
Many a harpsichord players would love to have sexy fingers like mine.
Tell me where you took your infiltration classes so I can have your tutor executed.
Let's compare hands then. We'll soon see whose fingers are fattest.
No, I'm not going to compare hands with you. Let's just keep going.
Bad loser.
Боже, мужик, прекрати, что ты делаешь. Нашел чем хвататься.
Oh, looks like a pamphlet on different political regimes, written by Mortimer himself.
You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm busy. Describe it to me.
Brass quillons and knobs, a beautiful cruciform line. Judging by the wear and the technique used to forge it, this sword dates back to the Crusades, and it must have belonged to a wealthy knight. There's a date, MCXC, 1190. That's right, forged for the Crusades.
Так.
I think this is Excalibur, King Arthur's sword. I've always dreamt of drawing it from the stone.
How sweet, you're still clinging to your boyhood dreams. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place?
Да я уже все обыскал. Ты, может, передвинешь свою задницу и посмотришь в других местах. Что такое-то, женщина? Боже ты мой, вот позади тебя.
Here's something interesting. A manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention.
How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
See those fine scratches around the words?
Yes, and?
The ink barely spreads on the paper. It spreads exactly the same way on the signature. The deed was written using the same ink. If it is a fake, then it's a professional job. These documents must be fakes. No man can own that many original works, no matter how rich he is.
Be careful. The Order has tried many times to estimate his personal wealth without ever succeeding.
And look here. Castles in Scotland, vineyards in Italy, districts in Venice. He's richer than some European countries.
These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
And how do you know my mother was interested in this room?
I didn't know, I just supposed she was. And you just confirmed it. So, do you think she found what she came for?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess, these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take? Mortimer's collection is unique, isn't it?
That's an understatement. No doubt he has a major passion for history and fine art, or getting gifts.
If each time Mortimer does someone a favor, they reward him with a priceless gift, that means he must have helped nearly everybody in the world. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something. What is that you found?
A cameo pendant. What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar. Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
Why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
Так. 3 или 3? Почему они серые? Помолчать. Я не понимаю, почему не стоило. Могу пить прямо сейчас. О, могу.
When are you going to understand that I just want to help you?
What do you expect? That I'll fall into your arms and say yes to everything you want?
What are you talking about? I'm only asking you to trust me a little. If only on principle, as a member of the Golden Order, for example.
I'll admit you are fairly reliable.
Конечно.
That's it?
Конечно.
I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese. But I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily. I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Твоя слабость психология. Мы же уже выяснили.
You think your scathing wit protects you, but in fact, it makes you blind. No sooner have people introduced themselves than you already see them in a bad light. You play the part of a strong woman, and yes, you are a strong woman, of course. But what I see is a sensitive young lady who lacks self-confidence. Stop adopting a defensive posture, and you'll see just how quickly new doors will open.
There is some truth to what you say.
Конечно.
I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
Я-то понимаю. Я все понимаю. Так, вы кому-то подчиняетесь, у вас уже есть сообщник, вы это вообще делаете, да? Ну, сообщник, Вашингтон же. Ага.
Yes, it's perfectly clear. You're already working with someone.
Ah, well spotted, Louis.
Ну, конечно.
I already have a work partner. I know my weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me. But I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler.
Stop.
So, your partner is...
Так, этикеты у меня вообще нету. Мужчина, и это женщина, и это... У меня есть 4 ошибки. Поехали. Это мужчина, ваш отец, ваш старый муж, кто-то из ордена, вернуться. Женщина, и это ваша мать, ваша сестра, моя мать. О! Точно, ты же еще с моей матерью. Ты везде поспела. Ну давайте, моя мать.
It's as obvious as it is surprising. You're my mother's hard-hitting partner.
Oh, God, do you really believe the nonsense that comes out of your mouth?
Well, a second ago I did. A little.
Sorry, Louis. Your mother is not my partner.
Так, ладно. Ваша мать, ваша сестра, ваш отец, ваш старый муж, кто-то из ордена. Ну, давайте кто-то из ордена.
Chances are, you're working with a member of the Order.
The only members of the Order other than ourselves are your mother and Mr. Washington. The former has sadly gone missing. As for the latter, I knew nothing of his arrival. Incidentally, you must have noticed how inefficiently our Order communicates.
Ты достала, не знаю, кто твой сообщник. Как я могу знать? Я близко не могу знать, чья это мать. Твоя сестра, твоя мать, ваш старый муж, ваш отец. Вы чё? Вы чё? Как я это могу знать? Ваш отец, ваш старый муж, ваша мать, ваша сестра. Отец.
Your father. The force of youth combined with the wisdom of ancestors.
I never knew my father. And it'll be better for him if I never do find him.
Sorry.
I thought you'd figured out I was an orphan.
No. Please forgive me. I didn't know.
Но если ты сирота, то либо это твоя сестра, либо это твой муж. Ох, мать моя женщина. Обладатель похожего клона скамей. Ну давайте, ладно. Сестра, ваша сестра.
Your sister. She's your partner. She's the one you're looking for.
Well, I am impressed. How the devil?
Как вы угадали? Боже мой, я 3 раза ошибся, как я угадал.
When it comes to getting results, you are very good. I grant you that. You deserve to know why the sight of the cameo pendant affected me so strongly. I thought it belonged to Emma, my twin sister.
Oh. Now I get why you said you had a memory for 2.
Yes. You can't imagine to what extent, though. As children, everyone got us mixed up. So one day we decided to play along. Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with 2 faces.
Clever. But isn't it complicated? How do you make it work?
One of us has no existence in the outside world. We share everything. First for one, then for the other. We dress the same, wear the same makeup, we speak the same. We've learned to act as one. When we accept a mission, we both turn up. This time, though, she went ahead, and I was meant to wait for her on the mainland. She was meant to meet Sir Home and bring back the details, so we could work out who would follow up.
And there was a problem?
She was supposed to return from Mortimer's 1 week ago. The boat turned up at Plymouth, but alas, no trace of my sister. Instead, a sailor passed me a message from home, notifying me of her sudden disappearance.
So, my mother and your sister go missing just a few days apart. That's strange. Maybe their disappearances are linked.
It's clearly a possibility, but up to now I haven't found a trace of either of them.
None of this is very reassuring.
By the way, Louis, now that you are in on the secret, you are obliged to keep it to yourself. Or you will pay very dearly.
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
It's time to leave.
Пошли. Болтушка.
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
I must admit, it has been fun by your side.
Same here.
Oh, she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Actually, this is not a good time.
I'm begging you, please don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room, but don't be late.
Охренеть.
I was sure there was a certain je ne sais quoi between us.
Louis, we need to talk now. Otherwise, it'll be too late.
Looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me. What should I do?
Блин, я чувствую, она меня задолбает. Это девушка в ночнушке.
Sorry, Emily, but I can't leave Elizabeth like this.
All right, Elizabeth. How can I help?
Thank you. Come on, follow me.
А если бы я тебе не помог, ни разу не встречался с тобой, ты все равно выбежала и сказала, помоги мне?
Well, Elizabeth, what was so urgent?
Охренеть.
For God's sakes, what happened in here?
Это жесть.
I really need to talk to you, Louis, right now.
Does Lord Mortimer know the mess you've made of your room?
Listen to me, damn it! My days are numbered.
Elizabeth, I don't know if it's about my mother again, but I'm telling you, you've nothing to be afraid of.
Блин,
She didn't come here for you.
I saw her.
Saw who? You saw my mother? When?
Just last night, I went out to walk along the cliff top and I saw her in the distance. She tried to hide right away, but I'm sure it was her.
Are you saying you recognized my mother in the middle of the night while she was hiding?
Yes, Louis, I know it was her.
You just said she was far away, right? In the middle of the night. And the exterior of the island isn't exactly well lit.
Listen, I'm telling you, it was her.
She doesn't hesitate on her answers. She's not trembling. She's really convinced of what she's seen. Did you talk to each other?
No, she was far away. I didn't make any noise, and then she was gone.
Have you told anyone you've seen her? Sir Holm? Mortimer?
You don't understand. It's her. She's here.
Yes, I understand.
No, you're not listening. The moment I saw her, I was overcome by spasms. She's here. I'm telling you, it was her.
Ну хорошо, хорошо.
Yes. I need something to calm me down.
Давайте выпьем.
I'll drink with you, but let's go easy on it, okay? I don't know where she gets her rot gut from, but frankly, it's disgusting.
You know, Louis, when I came here, it was in the hope of getting help. I've only just now realized that I've been drawn here into a trap.
Whoa. The alcohol's gone to my head.
Серьезно, ты меня траванула. Не, все, я больше пить не буду.
Here, the condemned's last drink.
Не. Спасибо.
Elizabeth, alcohol never solves anything. I'm gonna stop now.
Listen up. You want to know what your mother was capable of, right? You want to know the reason why. Well, you're gonna have to follow me to the bottom of the abyss, Louis. Either drink or get out.
Ох, мать, во что я ввязался?
Man, I need to take it easy with the booze. At this rate, I won't last the night.
Ты вырубишься уже через...
Let's go easy on the drinking, okay? Alcohol won't solve our problems.
Если первое разбрало, ты глоточек делаешь.
The second one isn't any easier.
So, do you want to know why she did all those things to me or not? Even if it changes the image you have of her forever?
What was she trying to cure you of then?
Of the one illness she never managed to treat me for.
Come on, Elizabeth. We have to finish what we started.
Я чувствую, она мне расскажет, а я вырублюсь. О дурмане. Вы применили 4 стимулирующие вещества во время выполнения задания. Или отравитесь. Что? Шкала времени больше не отображается во время разговора. Выпейте флакон золотого, чтобы прийти в себя. Хорошо. А золотой это что? Это второй вроде.
I feel all dizzy. There must have been a reason. Just tell me. Tell me what my mother treated you for.
She wanted to silence them.
What? What are you talking about? Silence what?
The voices. The voices in my head. They speak to me, Louis. They've always told me what to do. They say nasty things to me.
Хорошо.
Elizabeth, are you saying that spirits talk to you?
You're right. Sometimes there are several voices. How did you know?
No, listen, I don't know anything. I'm just repeating what you said.
They want me. Want me just for themselves. They talk to me all the time.
Кинжал на столе, мне это уже не нравится.
Your mother did everything to make them go away. Ever since I was little. And look at the result.
It's impossible, Mother. You spent your life trying to prove that the supernatural doesn't exist.
Ну, конечно, тут ты видишь происходящее, пока спишь.
What has she done to you?
Uh-oh, Louis. Are you starting to believe me?
No, but
Too bad it's all been for nothing. They're still there, you know.
What do you mean? They're still talking to you?
All the time. Despite everything Sarah put me through, I still hear them. And here I am on a lost island, knowing that no one knows me. And I find myself here at the exact same time as her. You see? You understand? You sense it too. I'm going to die here.
Да успокойся.
I beg you, tell me you believe me.
Да нет, чушь это какая-то.
Elizabeth, I understand your fears, but I'm convinced there has to be a rational explanation for all of this.
It would just hurt you too much to believe me, wouldn't it?
No, but...
So difficult to get up in the morning and realize that you're the son of a monster.
I'd rather not have met you.
I'd rather not have been born.
My God, Elizabeth, how is this possible?
Welcome to my world, Lil Louie. Welcome to my life.
Посоветовать ей бежать с острова, посоветовать ей остаться. Ну, беги с острова, что я тебе могу сказать? Посоветовать ей остаться. Беги, ты меня уже задолбала, тебя постоянно мучают какие-то переживания. Вали с острова.
Elizabeth, the whole story stinks of death. If I were you, I'd have left the moment you heard me speak about my mother. I don't know if she knows you're here, but if I had any doubt, I wouldn't take the risk.
Yeah, you're right.
Да.
I can't stay here another minute. I need to get the hell out of here.
Вали отсюда.
I need to find a boat and get away. I'm not dying here.
Ну не знаю, как насчет лодки.
I feel so dizzy.
You like my little concoction, don't you? That's rare.
What?
It no longer has any effect on me, but my guests generally don't appreciate me mixing alcohol with laudanum.
What? You put laudanum in my drink?
In both. Don't worry, my little Louie. We'll sink down to the bottom together.
Oh man, I feel like puking. I really feel like shit.
I gotta get back.
Don't worry, Louie. I'm here now. I'll take good care of you, and then I'll leave.
Don't touch me!
Just leave. If I get up, I'll fall.
Oh, little Louie's tired. Leave everything to me.
Не надо ни о чем заботиться, женщина. Во что я ввязался? Не-не-не-не-не-не. Горгона. Твою мать. Четыречка. Ну, давайте это изучим. И хитрость. Что мне больше всего пригодилось? Мне пригодилось больше всего манипуляции и хитрость. Что я буду качать? Давайте я буду качать манипуляции. Так, что-то, по-моему, там куртку мне кто-то разрезал. А, это все. Ясно. Ну, вот такая игра The Console. Посмотрим, что будет дальше. На этом все. Такие вот у меня были решения, такой у меня был класс. Так что на этом, я думаю, закончим. Не знаю, сколько было эпизодов, сколько будет эпизодов, точнее. Сезон 1, сколько, как часто они их будут выпускать, но будем проходить. Игра достойная. без особых, конечно, поворотов между самими сериями, но все-таки неплохо. Так что всем пока.